Right now, there's a group of flat earthers doing something they call the GlobeLie Euro Tour. Essentially, they're going around Europe trying to spread the sad misconception that the globe is a lie and the earth is actually flat. Their website has a picture of a camper van with the words, "Research Flat Earth, you have been told lies." Looks like a poorly stamped stock image, and I have to say they're right about one thing. If you scroll down a bit, you'll see where they flipped the image so the van is facing the other direction, and all the text is backwards. You have been lied to. I don't think they're actually going around with backwards lettering on one side of their van. There's stupid and then there's comedy act. Cheap shots aside, though, a proper diplomatic tone would be to say that they're not stupid people, they just happened to come across something that they didn't understand, and rather than admit defeat and regroup with a better understanding of the underlying concepts, they got fixated on an incorrect conclusion. Once stuck on that conclusion, everything that disagrees has to be explained away. Since the conclusion is wrong, though, there'll be nothing but trouble. For example, there seems to be some odd attachment to the azimuthal equidistant map centered around the North Pole. It's incorrectly interpreted as being a flat Earth map. Interpreted the way that they do, though, all of the land masses get stretched in the east-west direction the further south you go. When you finally reach Antarctica, the southern continent is transformed into a giant ice ring. Many of them will say that the giant ring is actually there, but they'll disagree with South America and Africa being the size and shape that they are, and most of them will discuss where Australia should actually be and suggest moving that to a different place entirely. This, of course, overlooks some basic principles of figuring out where you are. Every place that experiences solar noon at the same time has to sit on a line. It took us quite a while to figure out how to measure time accurately enough to get rough measurements. The easier measurement to do is the angle of the sun at solar noon. Once again, all the places with the same measurement have to sit on a line. On the AE map, those lines give us circles. If you mark down the places based off those two measurements, you don't get to move things around. The only way the AE map works as a map is if you read it properly instead of treating the Earth as a flat circle. If the Earth was indeed flat, and that was an accurate map, then Australia would have to be this super large landmass, and trekking across it would easily prove that to everyone. Another idea that flat earthers often push is that there's a government conspiracy to lie to the masses. If there is a big cover-up, though, there's one department of the government that wouldn't be able to lie to people. The Land Title Office, or whatever the local equivalent is. If they get the shape of the Earth wrong, there would be strips of land that are part of two different lots, or strips of land that don't exist in the system at all. Trying to resolve a boundary dispute would be complete chaos. These facts, however, disagree with the conclusion, though, so they have to go out the window, along with the idea of space, satellites, what we know about the moon, and tides, gravity, and so much more.